Hello guys. As you can see, these are algebraic expressions that need to be evaluated. In order to do that, there are nice questions actually. We have to use the order of operations that we will see on the next slide. Just look at the questions. We try to do all of these in this video. So let's go and see the order of operations. There is a challenging question here in this box. Now, the order of operations, if you have any expression, if you have a fraction, start with the numerator and denominator separate. So whatever numbers are there, simplify them until you get one number. Simplify each numerator and denominator separate. Step number 2, do if there are any parentheses or square brackets or any kind of brackets, start with the innermost ones. Try to go inside the brackets, simplify the number, and then you start going outside. Step number 3, apply all exponents, powers, and roots. If there are any powers, squared, cube, power 4, any radicals, do it after the parentheses. Step number 4, do any multiplication and division in the order they occur, working from left to right. So if you have two multiplications, you have to start from left to right. You cannot jump. After you finish all multiplication and divisions, you go to addition and subtraction, also in the order which they occur, working from left to right. Now we will see the examples, and there are two questions at the end. I call them practice. You can do it yourself, and I put the answers there. Let's look at this important rule. Actually, you will use this important rule in many questions where you evaluate expressions. This one we call it division of two fractions. Very, very important really. If you have a fraction a over b, you can see that here. If you have a fraction a over b divided by, this is only for division, c over d. So fraction divided by another fraction. You can write it this way, or you can write it this way. You see, it's the same. A over b divided by c over d. That's the same meaning. How do you simplify that? Leave the first fraction, a over b, we leave it, and then we change this division into multiplication, and we multiply by the reciprocal of this. So c over d becomes d over c. We call this reciprocal. Clear? So if you divide two fractions, multiply the first by the reciprocal of the second fraction. Let's see and apply it. Now look at example 1. This question here, we have to evaluate this expression. We have to find the number that's equal to this. It can be positive, negative, zero, fraction, whatever. You can pause the video, please, if you like, and try it for a minute or so, and then you can see the details and the method on the next slide. All right, let's start. We can see here there are two brackets. There's a bracket up in the numerator. There's another bracket here in the denominator. Be careful about the signs, minuses, the powers, etc. Now, this is the given. Start with the brackets, then the powers, which we call exponents. So I go in the power here, minus 2 to the power 4. Remember here, Oh, let's start here. 3 squared is 9. Minus 2 cubed is 8. So I leave it there. Plus 1. This is little tricky here. Minus 2 to the power 4. Many people, they write it here plus 16. That's completely wrong. You see the power here 4 on the 2. 2 to the power 4. And there is a minus not in the base here. It's not in the base. If there is a bracket around minus 2, it is plus 16. But there is no bracket. So be careful here. So minus, and then 2 power 4 is 16. 5 times 2 is 10. Now go down and see. 2 minus 3. See, that's a number minus 1 here. And there is a bracket. So minus 1 to the power 5 means minus 1 multiplied by itself 5 times, which is also minus 1. Now, in the brackets, minus 16 plus 10 becomes minus 6. 9 minus 8 is 1, plus 1 is 2, so that's 2. So 49 minus 1 is 50. 2 plus minus 6 is minus 4. Divide by 2, minus 2 over 25. Okay. Let's see. Question number 2. If A is equal to 2, B is equal to minus 3, and C is equal to 0, evaluate the expression. Here I left the expression as variables. So a squared bracket 1 minus a plus 2 bracket minus b squared plus b all divided by a to the power c plus b to the power c. So what do we have to do first? Replace or substitute. We plug in the numbers a for 2, b minus 3, c 0 inside this expression. And then we find the answer. You can also, please, try it for a minute and see, check yourself if you can get the correct answer. You can pause it now, but I will proceed. So in the next slide, we will see that A will be here. It goes A2 squared, 1 minus 2, etc. Here, 2 minus 3 squared. Be careful now about the minuses. I put here so many minuses. There is a minus outside, there is b squared, there is minus in the b, and also here's some powers. Okay, let's see. If I put here 2 for a, 2 squared in the bracket 1 minus 2, plus 2, listen carefully, this minus not in the base, so I leave it outside here. Minus, and then in the bracket, I put minus 3 squared. So we square the whole b, because b is squared and b is minus 3, so we have to put the bracket. Plus, the b also by itself is minus. So let's go back here. Oh, now 2 to the power 0, see, 2 to the power 0, and now b to the power c. b by itself is minus, so I put minus 3 in the bracket. I cannot put here minus in between. I have to put bracket because the power here c on the b, and b is itself minus. So 2 to the power 0 is 1. Any number to the power 0 is 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2 there. And then 1 minus 2 minus 1 times 4. And here we have minus 3 squared. That's 9 with the minus. Minus 9 minus 3. So that's minus 12 times 2. Minus 24 minus 4 minus 28 over 2 minus 14 is the answer. Now we come to the theme of this video. Question number 3, challenging question. Please, please, please try this one before you see the solution. Very important, little tricky. Pause the video, try it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times if you like, and then check on the next slide, what do we do? Let's go. Now, this is the question here. The first trick here is minus 5 squared. I already explained that. Minus 5 squared. So you square the 5, and the minus is not included in the base because there is no bracket. So we leave the minus. 5 squared means 5 times 5. 25 plus 5 divided by 7 minus 3 cubed. You cube only the 3. So 3 times 3 times 3, 27. Now, this is the first trick. Second trick, 9 divided by minus 20 divided by minus 20. Many people, many students, they think here, when I tried with my students, they divide because they see here the same number, so they thought this is easy. Divide minus 20 by minus 20, it's 1. That's completely wrong because we have to go in the operation from left to right. So we have to perform this one first. 9 divided by minus 20. That's the first one. And then this divided by minus 20, I convert that division into multiplication by the reciprocal. See the reciprocal here, 1 over minus 20. Oh, I forgot to mention this, but this is so easy. 6 divided by 3, 2, 2 minus 2, 0. Gone. 0.04, 4 over 100, leave it. So now multiply 9 times 1, so that's 9, minus 20 times minus 20, 400. Then multiply by the reciprocal of this, 4 over 100, which is 100 over 4. Cancel the 100, 9 over 16 is the correct answer. See, you can use this one here on the right side. I put it just to refresh your memory. You can use this division of two fractions. That's tricky, challenging question number 3. Okay. Now, I will leave this one for practice. Find the value of this expression. Do the powers, do the brackets, etc., etc., etc. And then there's another question, practice number 2. Really nice. If A is minus 3, now A is negative, B is 2, C also is negative minus 1. Evaluate the expression. Evaluate means find the value of this. 2A minus 3, big bracket, B minus another bracket, 2C plus 1, divided by A squared minus B squared plus C cubed. Now, you have practice number 1 and you have practice number 2. You can practice and then pause the video, please, for a minute or so, and then you can see the answers only on the last slide. So this is practice number 1, the answer is there. Practice number 2, the answer is there. And I would like to thank you for watching.